All right, hello everybody. I couldn't really think of a topic, so I just kind of went off of the most popular thing that was kind of going around in my world, which is beaches and closures. So I'm in California. People, the governor wants to close all the beaches, mostly in Orange County, because a lot of people there want to enjoy their summer. So I'm going to try to be as non-biased as possible. I have really no say or care either way because I get it. But I'm going to try to give both sides and then lean toward the opposition, which is, I would say, the minority of people that want to go to the beach and stuff, just to like maybe give anyone out there an idea of how they might think. And this is just my interpretation. It's not like I collected data or talked to a lot of people. I'm just kind of going, well, I would think this way because of XYZ. So that's my little disclaimer. But first off, no, I get it. I get the one side, which is stay at home. Let's kill this thing. We don't want people dying. People dying sucks. I get it. So it's like the best thing we can do is just stay home, stay away from people, stay away from public areas, and we don't spread this coronavirus, this COVID 19. The opposite side, the opposition, I would say I get it in the sense of, the numbers are going down and it looks like things are going to normal. There are a percentage of people that just flat out don't think this is like the craziest thing. Um, and what I mean by that is, a lot of people are comparing it to the common flu, even though there's differences. And it is scary because we don't have a cure for it, we don't have anything for it. And so some people feel like now like our freedoms are taken away and stuff like that. So I guess I understand anyone who thinks like, hey, look, we need to just like do our thing and let nature take its course, Don't let a government or a person control your life or something of that sort, which I think is what they might be going toward. Because that's how I would perceive it. I'd just be like, yeah, I could see how there's a lot of control right now. They're saying we can't do these things, and it's like we're given one life, and now we're being dictated. So I get that. I also like to put things in perspective, as cruelly as it might sound to somebody. 7 billion people on this planet, so we gotta put things in perspective also, where it's like, um, yeah, death isn't cool, but also 7 billion people isn't that cool either, because you gotta think of ourselves as like, are we a virus, ironically? We keep spreading and spreading and consuming, so food for thought with that. And I know a percentage of people might be thinking that way too. The anarchists of the world or whatever might be like, yeah, let's be as natural as possible and survival of the fittest and Darwinism and blah blah blah. So there could be people that are like that too. I don't know. Um, and so I get it. It seems like what I've noticed from friends and feeds is like, yeah, it's a rights thing. As much as you might hate these people for wanting to go outside and do stuff, and you think, oh, that's just crazy because we have this thing that's killing people. Why would we want to leave the house? Um, but also, in a sense, I always say that they're like patriots, true patriots, because they are testing the boundaries. They're fighting for something. Um, if you want to be kind of weird about it, one side wants to save lives and keep everyone indoors, but they're super subservient. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'll stay inside. Yeah, I don't care. Like, and they will take the whiplash. And then you get the people. God, I hope that doesn't go bad. And then you get the people that at least want to like fight. So you can think they're being dumb, which maybe they are, um, but they are fighting for something, and they're fighting for the right to, what is it? Not be dictated. They're being fighting for the right to protest, stuff like that. And quick side note, I feel bad for saying the whiplash thing because I know there's a lot of articles out there that are going, oh, white people are complaining about slavery and blah blah and the irony of that. So I don't even want to go there. And yeah, I just kind of go, damn, because it sucks. Like, as a black person, I can imagine as much as I could that that's total irony and stupid. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just kind of going, God. So I'm trying to understand both sides, because yeah, the human in me wants to get out. Like the walls are closing in and this is killing me. It's super sunny here and beautiful. And yeah, it makes you want to. I miss the beach, I miss the water, I miss swimming. At the same time, I don't want people dying. At the same time, I do want people to have their lives. At the same time, it's like, we could get it from any which way. So it's like, here we are doing our part with the masks. And I said this before, I think in the previous post. I just found it so interesting that here I am wearing a mask. Everyone's wearing a mask. And then as soon as I go to the grocery store to shop, I'm touching products. I'm touching the the grocery cart. And so, oh yeah, Jeff, why don't you wear gloves? And so it's just like a slippery slope with everything. 'Cause it's like, technically, I would have to wear gloves for everything I touch if I wanted to be super safe. And mind you, I am seeing people pick up something and put it back. So that's still a thing. So it's just kind of like, that's where it's, if I wanted to be the cleanest person, but then I'm being plastic wasteful, because what are people doing? They're throwing gloves on the freaking ground as if trash cans are hard to come by. And so there's just pictures of like, I've seen it. I've seen gloves on the ground and stuff. People are trashy. So you just kind of gotta go like, yeah, okay, we're saving lives and we're being safe, but at the same time we're being evil, the ones that are being super safe, by they're polluting. And it's like, okay, once this virus is done, now we have a bunch of trash, so you've created more evil. I would say if we wanted to be the best of the best, we wouldn't pollute at all. We would, I don't know, maybe create gloves that are biodegradable or safe for the environment. Like, that's what I mean. Little things like that, where it's like, don't scoff at the idea that I want these things. Just go, okay, we're supposed to be these humans that are fighting something. We want to be the best of the best. We're better than animals. We're the top species. Yeah, we're doing all these silly, dumb things. And it's insane. And so, I don't want you to get the impression that I'm for exploring and coughing in people's faces and spreading this virus and all that. No, but at the same time, if we're going to call ourselves a higher race than animals, then we gotta step up, because that's just not how we are. We're creatures too, and we just seem to be a little bit smarter than others, and we just keep doing a lot of dumb things. I did a post today about the drought in California. We had one, it was a bad drought, and now we're kind of out of it. I looked up today's dates, and it's like Northern California, ironically, is doing worse than Southern, and they have the most water and, crop and irrigation, the lushness. So it's kind of like, why are we doing okay? And somebody pointed out maybe because we're sucking all the water from the north. But yeah, and so it's just kind of like, that's my point. Where these creatures, yeah, we consume, and I got friends that live in the desert and other places that are dry, and it's like insane that we spread like a virus to every location, and then once we are in a place that kind of hinders our way of life, we're just like, oh, and we get really weird, and we give up certain things too. It's like at the airport, how many of us are going to have bombs in our shoes, yet we still take off our shoes at the airport because of 9/11? And so I'm just kind of going crazy. You know what I mean? We take off our shoes and we go through an x-ray. It's like, well, why can't we just keep our shoes on, go through the x-ray? But I'm sure somebody can answer that the x-ray doesn't pick up on it, or I don't know, something. So these are just the points that I'm making. I'm not trying to be on one side or the other. I'm trying to just lay out everything so we can just be like, look, nobody's perfect. Everyone's crazy. These are weird times. And yeah, I could understand that when you're not even allowed to protest, you know, it's like, well, those people are gonna go to people that don't uh, want to get sick and don't well, and it's like, but that's my point with the grocery shopping analogy is like, there's no stopping it anyway, and yes, we're just here to slow it down, and I get it, but I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna be like that crazy about it, we have to then be even crazier with the gloves. Anyway, it's a slippery slope no matter how you take it. So it's really easy to say to somebody, you know, stay in. Um, let's fight this together and kill off people. And but it's also hard when somebody doesn't have the luxury to take a day off. You know, work is hard to come by, and they every day is a fight for food and all that. So I really try to remember that when somebody just says stay home, because there's a percentage of people that just don't have that luxury. Um, Also, it's just I don't know. I feel like I wanted to say something else along those lines, but you know, and then yeah, it's a slippery slope when I think our governor wanted May 15th or something to do a soft opening with businesses and see how things are going, and then now all of a sudden that was taken away. So now it's closed off, and we're not doing those things. We're not going to slowly reopen it. It's like, oh, change of heart. So it just the pressure gets, you know, tighter and tighter. Where it's just like, oh man, like what do we, you know, with some people, I guess if like millions of people were dying, this would be a crazy thing. But when it's like thousands compared to billions of people on the planet, it's really hard to gauge the severity. I kind of want to get into vaccinations and all that because it's like I'm not against them. You know, I get it. But at the same time, I also get somebody's right to not want to do it. um, because it's everybody's right. You know, I don't want to put this thing that, you know, the government's making me do. Like, if you want to go that direction, it's like, I get it. It's like, I want to live my own life, and now all of a sudden something's telling me I have to put this needle in my arm and inject a fluid that I don't truly understand into me and for the betterment of society. So that type of paranoia, like, I understand in its simplicity. I know a lot of people are probably watching this and going, "Oh, you know, you're just nuts." But like I said, it's just trying to like open, understand both sides. I get putting a needle in your arm, injecting yourself with a vaccine, and you've easily killed a virus. You know, good. You know, I get it. You know, and then it's just the other side too. So anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video. I think I'll title it "Life's a Beach," because in our world, you know, are we able to go to the beach or not? We can't even enjoy our simple things anymore. People say our world is forever changed. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know how, but yeah, I believe there'll be some change, but we'll see. And yeah, it's a shame that humans, as evolved as we are, can't even handle social distancing. That is kind of a bummer. But I also get the other side where it's like, hey, if I die, I die. If I cough on somebody, it's just the way it goes, whatever. So just be open-minded. That's what this post is all about. Just try to understand all sides, and you know, get your brain working. Try not to hate on too many people for doing one thing or the other. So anyway, ta-ta.